Hi students, good morning everybody. Look at this problem of definite integration as limit of summation. See n power 1 by 2 by this can be written as n plus 3 into 0 whole power 3 by 2, n plus 3 into 1 whole power 3 by 2, like that n plus 3 into 2 whole power 3 by 2, n plus 3 into n minus 1 whole power 3 by 2. Now this can be written in the summation form. How do we write that? Summation r equal to 0 to n minus 1, okay, n power 1 by 2 as it is upon n plus 3r from r equal to 0 to n minus 1 whole power 3 by 2. Okay. Now I want 1 by n separately. Summation r equal to 0 to n minus 1 n power 1 by 2 upon, if I take n common inside, when it comes outside, n power 3 by 2 of 1 plus 3 into r by n whole power 3 by 2, right? Now here n power 3 by 2 can be written as n into n power 1 by 2. So n power 1 by 2, n power 1 by 2 gets cancelled. Then what is remaining? Summation r equal to 0 to n minus 1, 1 by 1 plus 3 into r by n whole power 3 by 2, 1 by n separately. Now instead of r by n we can write x, and limits are from 0 to 1 as it is. So 1 by 1 plus 3x whole power 3 by 2, 1 by n means dx. Now integral 0 to 1, 1 plus 3x whole power minus 3 by 2 dx. So what is the integration for this? Integral, so what is the integration for that? 1 plus 3x whole power minus 3 by 2 plus 1 by minus 3 by 2 plus 1. Here what is the coefficient of x? 3. It will be coming in the denominator. So 1 by 3 as it is I kept. Limits are from 1 to 0. So 1 by 3 as it is. Now what will you get here? 1 plus 3x whole power minus 3 plus 2. So minus 1 by 2 upon minus 1 by 2. Limits are from, this minus 1 by 2 will be minus 2 by 3. Okay. So I will take 1 by 1 plus 3x whole power 1 by 2. Limits are from 1 to 0. So minus 2 by 3. If I put x value 1 here, 1 plus 3, 4 power 1 by 2. 4 power 1 by 2 means it is 2, right? Minus, if I put 0, that will be 1. So minus 2 by 3 into minus 1 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. What is the answer? 1 by 3. That is the final answer for that. Okay? Look at the next problem. Okay. Next problem, limit n tends to infinity. Limit n tends to infinity. Root of n plus 1, square root of n plus 1, square root of n plus 2, plus so on, plus square root of n plus n upon n root n. How do we do this? Limit n tends to infinity. This can be written as summation r equal to 1 to n square root of n plus r upon n root n. I will take n common there, summation r equal to 1 to n. I will take n common. If n come outside, so it will be root n, so square root of 1 plus r by n upon n root n. Root n gets cancelled. So what are the limits here? 0 to 1 square root of 1 plus x dx instead of 1 by n. Here 1 by n is kept aside, so it's instead of that we can write dx. Okay. So what is the integration for this? 1 plus x whole power 1 by 2 plus 1 3 by 2. This will be 2 by 3 in the denominator. So 2 by 3 into upper limit 1. So we can write 2 power 3 by 2 minus lower limit 1. Okay. 2 by 3. This we can write 2 root 2. Right? Because root 2 means 2 power 1 by 2. 1 by 2 plus 1. 3 by 2. So 2 by 3 into 2 root 2 minus 1. That is the answer. Therefore, answer is 2 by 3 into 2 root 2 minus 1. Okay? This is the end of solution. See one more problem. Yeah. Next question. Limit n tends to infinity. Third. 1 plus 1 by n into 1 plus 2 by n, so on 1 plus n by n whole power 1 by n. Okay, whole to the power 1 by n. So before doing this problem, let us take the given integral as a. Let it be a. So limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n, 1 plus 2 by n, so on 1 plus n by n whole to the power 1 by n. Okay. Let me apply logarithm on both sides. So taking log on both sides, log a is equal to limit n tends to infinity. This power 1 by n will be coming to the product because log a power n to the base x can be written as m log a to the base x, right? Log a power n to the base x equal to m log a to the base x. So power notation can be product 1 by n log of this. I can write 1 by 1 plus 1 by n plus log 1 plus 2 by n plus so on plus log of 1 plus n by n. Okay, whole power 1 by n. How did I write that step? Product rule. Log AB means we can write log A plus log B. So here we are given in the product form. I wrote in the addition form because I want to express it as summation. So limit n tends to infinity 1 by n sigma r equal to 1 to n log of 1 plus r by n. Right? Instead of r, keep 1 here, 1 plus 1 by n plus 2 by n, like that, n by n. Okay? So as per our calculation, limits are from 0 to 1 log of 1 plus x dx. Right? So log of 1 plus x integration, how do we calculate? By taking by parts, because directly we cannot do. So by parts formula, integral f of x into g of x dx equal to first function into integral of second function minus integral of first function derivative second function integration whole dx. This is for product rule, by parts rule. So here I will take first function as this, second function I will take 1. So first function into log of 1 plus x into second function integration. 1 integration is x, so limits are from 1 0 minus integral 0 to 1. F dash x is 1 by 1 plus x. Okay, integral g of x dx is x dx. So put the limits here, log 1 plus 1, log 2 minus 0, so minus integral 0 to 1, here I have x, right? So I will take x plus 1 minus 1 by x plus 1, add and subtract 1 there. So log 2 minus 0 to 1, x plus 1 by x plus 1, 1 minus 1 by x plus 1 dx. Okay. Okay. One integration is log 2 minus 1 integration is x minus 1 by x plus 1 is log mod x plus 1. So what are the limits here? 1 0. So that is equal to log 2 minus of, instead of x keep 1, 1 minus log 2, okay, 1 minus log 2 minus 0, log 1 0. So anyway it will be 0. So that will be log 2 plus log 2, 2 log 2 minus 1. So this will be log 2 square, this 2 can be taken up, log 4 minus that 1 can I write log e, right? Log e to the base e value 1. So log a minus log b means what can we write? Log 4 by e. Okay. This side I have log a, there I have log 4 by e. So remove the logarithm both sides by taking anti-logarithm on both sides. So a value will be 4 by e. 4 by e. That's all. Therefore answer is 4 by e. That's all the solution for this. Hope it is clear. Note it down. Fourth one. Limit n tends to infinity. N factorial whole power 1 by n upon n. This is the important one. Okay. So how do we write this? See, I will take this as limit n tends to infinity n factorial whole power 1 by n upon n. This can be written as limit n tends to infinity n factorial by, this I am taking n power n whole power 1 by n. Any doubt? This n is taken inside. So n power n into 1 by n will be n only, no? So n I am taking inside. So n factorial by n power n whole power 1 by n. Okay. So limit n tends to infinity. What is n factorial? 1, 2, product of first and natural numbers. Continued product of first and natural numbers. Right? 1, 2, 3, so on n. By n power n means n, so on n times. Whole power 1 by n. Right? Now this I will write. Let it be a. Let a is equal to limit n tends to infinity. I will write this as 1 by n, 2 by n, 3 by n, so on n by n, power 1 by n. So take logarithm on both sides. Log a is equal to that 1 by n will be brought into the product. So limit n tends to infinity. Okay. So 1 by n log 1 by n log a plus log b. Okay. Log b plus so on log n by n. Right? So this can be written as like this. So this I can write in the notation limit n tends to infinity 1 by n sigma r equal to 1 to n log of r by n. Okay. So instead of r, if you put 1, you will get first term plus second term like that. So this I can write now integral 0 to 1 log instead of r by n x instead of 1 by n dx. This is also we take by parts. First function log x into second function 1 integration is x. Limits are 1 0 minus integral 0 to 1 f dash x 1 by x integration x dx. X cancel. So if I put here 1, log 1 will be 0. So completely 0 it becomes minus of 1 integration is x. Limits are from 1 0. That equal to 1 minus 0. So minus 1 will remain. Right? So this side what do you have? Log a to the base I will take e. If there is nothing base we will consider it as e. So if I remove this logarithm e power minus 1. E power minus 1 or you can write 1 by e also. Therefore my answer is e power minus 1 or 1 by e. That is the end of solution. Okay. Let us see one more problem. Fifth problem. Limit n tends to infinity. Fifth problem. Limit n tends to infinity pi by 2n of 1 plus cos pi by 2n 1 plus cos pi by 2n plus so on cos n minus 1 into pi by 2n. Okay. So how do we write this in general notation? Limit n tends to infinity. I will write pi by 2n as it is. 1 is there, no? This can be written as cos 0 pi by 2n, cos 1 pi by 2n, okay, plus so on. Rth term is already given, nth term is already given, n minus 1 into pi by 2n. So this using sigma notation, pi by 2n, summation r equal to 0 to n minus 1 cos r pi by 2n. Okay. Put instead of r0, first term you will get 1 pi by 2n. So n minus 1 means n minus 1 into pi by 2n. So by using this, here you have 1 by n. See, always we will have 1 by n surely, because instead of 1 by n we will write dx. So 1 by n is there in pi by 2n. So pi by 2 you keep outside. This I can write it as integral 0 to 1. Okay, because I am taking x equal to r by n. If r equal to 0, x will be 0. If r equal to n minus 1, x will be n minus 1 by n. So 1 minus 0, so 1. So 0 to 1 limits cos, instead of r by n I will write x, pi x by 2. 1 by n is here, see, 1 by n dx. Pi by 2, cos pi x by 2. What is the integration of cos x? Sin x. So sin pi x by 2 by, what is the coefficient of x here? Pi by 2. Limits are from 1 0. So pi by 2 into pi by 2 will be 2 by pi sin, instead of x you keep 1, sin 90 minus, so sin 90 value 1, sin 0. Okay, so 2 gets cancelled, pi cancel, sin 91, sin 0 0. So what is the value of this? 1. So therefore answer is 1. Right? Hope it is clear. Thank you.